That's
I thought the guys had really good juice today. It was cooler outside. Thought we were going to get some rain, but didn't end up happening. And they had extra pep in their step. Thought they were really good. And, they were good yesterday too. So cooler weather, I think, helps things go faster, and they're excited about this game. So we got pretty good practice. We got a lot of things done. We still got a lot of things to work on this week. Got a lot of game plan stuff to put in tomorrow. But guys are in good spirits and they're practicing hard, so that's good.
Questions?
In terms of penalties from the past week, what are kind of the specific things you're looking to improve on there?
Not get as many penalties. I mean, penalties are an interesting stat because when you look at the history of football, the teams that win the most are not the least penalized. A lot of times they're aggressive teams. You don't want to be last either. And we made a big jump from middle of the pack to near the back with our penalties last week. Some of them were caused by the crowd noise, and you've got to kind of overcome those, and we overcame a lot of them. And some of them were undisciplined, and you can't do them. I mean, one probably cost us a drive, and cost us a touchdown. I don't know if we would have stopped them on third down, but we would have had a chance. And those are critical errors that the teams here have not been. That has been a trait that we have with undisciplined penalties, and we got to prevent those.
I know you spend different times talking and studying different things as a staff, but when it comes to those penalties, how much discussion is there about, the guy taking it up to the edge and not, like you say, sometimes not coaching that aggressiveness out of them? How fine of a line is that to walk for you guys?
Yeah, it's always a fine line. I mean, there's probably holding on some kind of play everywhere somewhere that they either don't see or they don't call, and you got to be aggressive. You got to go out there and block people the right way. So our kids do that. And we had officials come in. They came in and spent some time with us this fall camp, and they actually tell us what they're looking for, and they coach guys. And you want to be as efficient as you can from a penalty standpoint.
You give us an update on Jordan Davis. I think you said he wasn't out there early, but maybe later. And then I guess Tyson Campbell would be the other guy.
Yeah, Tyson's running really well. He hit some really good numbers on GPS today. As the practice went on, he got better and better and better. But I don't know. He still has not had the contact and the pressure you need from getting some contact on him. We think Jordan's going to be fine. He was able to run and move around and do some things. And continues to improve. If he continues at the rate he's at, he'll be fine. He's ahead of where Solly and Isaiah were each one of their weeks that they were cleared to play.
What about Trevon Walker?
Yeah, he was getting something worked on, I think, during the year or something.
What would be your, I know you talked about goals and rates and things like that, pointing to short yardage, when you get in those and one or and two situations, what percentage are you looking to convert, and where are you at on trying to evolve in your execution there?
You're never there. You never arrive. I mean, we say that third and one and fourth and one, we want to be 100%. We're certainly not there. We have some pretty lofty goals here, so it's the same way that we want to give up 0 explosive plays every game. We want to give up 0 turnovers. I don't know how realistic 0 explosives is in today's day and age. I don't know how realistic 100% on third and one and fourth and one is either. We obviously have not attained that goal, but we look at things from the standpoint of efficiency. So whatever you need to gain on third down, you've got to gain it. So it wouldn't matter if it's third and 6, third and 10. We want to convert all third downs, but our goal is always to be, hoping to be around 60 or 70%, which would put you at the tops of the country from that standpoint as an offense. But we always look at things from inside out, trying to improve in areas. We've done a lot of off-season work on it, and we look in the season at every team in the country that's converting those. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what other people are doing, what you're doing. It's what you're able to execute and what your players can handle. And our guys have done a good job in a lot of situations, and then the ones that stick out are the ones that stuck out last week we did convert.
Is the thinking on shotgun and short yardage that the ball gets to the running back quicker?
Not necessarily. A lot of it has to do with tempo. A lot of it has to do with, if you remember correctly, we're under center and Vandy. And y'all all ask me why we're under center. And then when we go shotgun, why are you in shotgun? So you can get stuffed under center, and you can get stuffed with shotgun. So it works both ways. And there's a lot of trains that thought of that. I know defensively, it eliminates a lot of plays once you're under center, and it allows defense to be a little more aggressive, and they don't have to defend as much area. And there's a lot of teams that teach, submarine and cut techniques where they go down low and try to submarine you, and it doesn't allow you to use your advantage, which is your size. But at the end of the day, we have to execute better. We got to do a better job as coaches. We're not getting it done in those areas, and we got to improve, but it's not something that we're not working on.
Looking back at the 2017 game here in South Carolina, the kickoffs opened the game, and the message y'all had there was y'all wanted to be the hunter, not the hunted. And that was kind of a thing back then. So looking back on that now, I mean, do you remember anything from that? Does that have anything to do with the message y'all continue to preach now in terms of complacency and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, I've always looked at it as you want to be the aggressor, not the one receiving the blow. We want to be the hammer, not the nail. And that's the way we go about things. We're aggressive. If we think something's there, whether it's starting the game off against South Carolina 2 years ago, or it's 4th down and 1, I mean, it doesn't matter. If we think it's there and we think we've got an advantage, we always try to look. We want to keep pressure on the other team. And you keep pressure on the other team by looking for strengths of yours or weaknesses of theirs that you think that you can take advantage of. But we're always trying to be the hunter and not the hunted.
You have a lot of guys that could have looked elsewhere because of the depth chart earlier in their career that are now flourishing, contributing here. How often do you have that conversation with guys and people don't find out about it?
All the time. I mean, it's part of college football now. I mean, it's probably one of the most important things in a program now, major college football, especially the major Power 5 programs, is the support staff with which you're capable of hiring to support you and support your program and support these players. There's not one guy that comes in here that's not highly touted, not given 1,000 accolades by all the media or I guess you could say the recruiting sites. So they go through trials and tribulations of realizing that they have work to do. And the people that have to support them here are so key to our success. There's probably 20 guys on the staff who've sat down with 30 or 40 different players and explained that your best option is here. Your best option is now. We had a general manager come in and talk to the players about development. You're going to develop better at Georgia where you got nutrition, weight room, unbelievable coaching staff, support staff, facilities better than you are by going somewhere else that you might not have those facilities. You're also going to develop better here than you are in the NFL because they don't run a developmental league. They only have a 53-man roster. So they can't develop players. They cut them. There's no like, hey, I won't develop you for later. You're going to be better off staying here and working and getting better so that you're a better player when you do go to the NFL, because the whole key is that you make it. And we sell the players on that they're going to develop. We practice every kid out there. Our threes took reps today to get better. So we're always looking at, okay, what's the best for every player on our roster, and then also what's best for our team. And we're trying to manage those two things.
Tyreek Stephenson was a guy that got a lot of praise, and he was a 5-star like Tyson Campbell. I know they're two different players there, but we haven't seen a lot of Stephenson yet in the games. How close is he to getting over the hump, and how much is it situational that who he's behind versus what Tyson was competing with a year ago?
Yeah, well, Tyson's situation was completely different. I mean, we didn't have DJ Dangler here. We had a young Eric Stokes, and Eric was still getting better. And Eric ended up playing more than Tyson in the end, but it was a different situation. But Tyreek Stevenson's growing up. He's doing a good job. He's working hard. He's starting on a couple special teams. He's makes some really spectacular plays at times, and then others he's still learning our defense and understanding what he's got to do for leverage. But he's just as talented when he came out of high school as he is now. But sometimes I don't think you guys actually believe there's a curve. There's a learning curve that you have to go through.
Kirby, regarding the slow starts, you said yesterday about you need to do a better job preparing them early in the game. Can you elaborate what you mean by that as a staff?
Well, I didn't say that we had slow starts. I never said that. I said defensively, maybe we need to start better. But if you look back at our starts,
What about the last 2 games?
yeah, I would say that the offense started pretty well. You know what I mean? So don't put the broad thing in my mouth that I said the whole team started slow. I don't know that you can say the offense started any slower against Tennessee. They went down and scored. They didn't. They scored a touchdown, right? And they had a couple field goals. So I think our opening drives have been pretty good. Notre Dame not as good, but I thought defensively we did start good. So it's been one or the other and not both. It hasn't matched up. But the elaboration would be play better at the start of the game. How do you do that? You prepare better. How do you prepare better? You spend more time in the meeting room. You help them understand that the anxiety they may have or the execution they got to have is premium at a high level. And we started the game against Tennessee with probably 5 or 6 defensive busts, errors, just mistakes. You can't do that. But we didn't do that with Notre Dame. We didn't start with errors. They made some good plays, but we didn't start with errors.
Kirby, you talk about working hard, and that's what you guys are going to do every week, whether it's bye week or not. But is there, just speaking generally, there's got to be like a point of kind of diminishing returns as far as all that goes, like a certain time that you're beating your head against the wall if you just keep going. You guys got rules. As far as it goes, how much have you evolved in that since becoming a head coach? Did you have it figured out right away? Did it take a little bit of time to kind of figure out, what was too much and what wasn't enough and all that stuff, finding the balance?
As far as
Just how much time you spend on practice time, lifting. Like early on, I remember you said that Rodrigo, you guys were kicking him probably a little too much, and then you kind of had to back. Has there been other examples of that with the team that you kind of had to figure out as you go?
That's hard. It's just a balance of how hot is it, how tired are we, how many reps did they take last weekend, how many reps did they take yesterday, and every night I stay up and I go through the practice schedule for the next day, and I probably spend an hour going over every detail of what we want to do in practice. I mean, do I want this guy to get scout team rep? Do I want this guy to get scout team rep? Do I want him to get 15 reps today? Then we're going to do 12 7-on-7 reps or just 8 7-on-7 reps? Hey, this team's really good on third down defense. We're going to spend a little more time doing good on third down. Everything matters in the practice script, and you got to take advantage of it because every rep you give them is taxing them, and you can only tax them so much before there's law of diminishing returns from their legs. And we look at their GPS every single night, who's not hitting their numbers. And you got to do that knowing that they're going to get Friday off, and Saturday they're going to have to go play. So that's what the off season's for, to make it where they can recover and come back. I still don't think that I'm comfortable or figured it out. I think it's a evolving thing, and it's what does each team need.
And then following up on that, how important is the role of a quality control assistant or a graduate assistant in that? Because I feel like from the outside, people think of the 8 or 9 coaches who you're able to attach a name to a face, but there are a lot of other guys out there enrolled right there.
Yeah, they're limited in what they can do on the grass, but they're not limited really with what they can do for us as coaches. So every one of them has an assigned duty. We've got about a 17-page book that tells you everything you got to do each week, and it lets you know what you've got to be preparing for. A lot of them might be breaking down opponents' personnel for the next week. They might be looking at pressures or sacks in the NFL. We try to be on the cutting edge of our players being able to watch innovative things. They want to watch a new play that somebody ran in the NFL. There's just limitless things that those quality control guys can do, and we try to encourage them to do those and help them. And then there's player development guys and personnel guys that spend time with our players. Because more important than any scheme we put out there is what frame of mind, what's the mindset of our team, and where are they mentally, and that's really important.
2 more questions?
Coach Mochamp was asked today about a defending the back shoulder pass. I was wondering from an offensive side of the thing, what's the key to selling that and being effective with that play?
For an offensive perspective,
Yeah.
I think it's timing, it's trust, it's beating a guy off the line so that he's got to play catch up. The harder the guy has to run to catch up and get with you, the better chance you got to hit the back shoulder. If you never threaten him vertically, he's probably not going to go afraid of the back shoulder.
Kirby, from your experience, how much at the start of a game is the offensive coordinator going off the script, and when does that end?
It just depends. Each coordinator's different. Some guys script the first half and the second half. Some guys script 2 minute. I think everybody in America scripts the beginning of the game, but that can be changed by where you started field position wise, and punt backs you up. You got a coming out script. First play is a inside the red area because your defense got a turnover. You're not going to be on that same script, but pretty much everybody has one. Everybody follows one. And every coach I've ever been with has one. Thank you.
I wish you